It is a box from Madcars, and they are a new company putting out pieces that go great with GasLands. They're putting out bikes, they're putting out gang members, they're putting out weapons, they're putting out engines, they're putting out tires, and all their stuff on the internet looks super good. If you guys want to take a second, go to Green Miniatures, look up Green Miniatures Madcars, and you're pretty much going to find it. Now, what I did was, because I wanted to make this a true unboxing video, but I noticed they taped this sucker really good. So I didn't open it yet. All I did was take an X-Acto knife and I cut around the edges. This way I didn't have to fumble with it on the camera. I didn't want to be sitting here and you guys are like, oh, what is he doing? I'm sitting here trying to take off this tape and I'm doing this, and you guys, you know, you're watching the video, you're eating a bowl of cereal, or you're chowing down on some chips or drinking a brew, and you're like, come, I just want to see what's inside that box. Open the thing already. Now, I know basically me going on like this is the same thing, but guess what? It's already opened. I haven't looked inside yet, so my reaction is going to be genuine. And let's take a look and see what Madcars has to offer in their stuff. Now, I ordered this stuff, and they were fantastic with getting back in contact with me. I wanted to know, because when I originally sent out the order, I didn't get a tracking number with it. So I sent them a little email, and I said, hey, what's up, dudes? Can I have a tracking number for the package? Because I live in a city, and I need to know when my packages are coming. Like, I don't live in a suburban area where the houses are super private and you can leave a package on the doorstep all day long and probably nothing will happen to it. I'm in the city. Like, I live, there's thousands of people passing down my street every single day. If you put this on my doorstep, tons of people are walking by, they get to see. You never know what happens. I have had packages gone missing before, so I like to get the tracking numbers. And the guy was like, no problem. Things got a little bit held up because they weren't happy with the quality of their first printing. And that's really cool that they didn't send out, maybe they didn't send out sculpts that just looked like crap. They wanted to reprint it. They wanted to fine-tune their tools a little bit and then send everybody out a more quality product. And I thought that was very cool. So I had no problem with that. When they sent out the package, he sent me the tracking number, and I knew when it was coming. I was telling my son to look out for it. I happened to be running down the block when the mailman came. So it all worked out great. Anyway, let's get into opening up this package. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to open this bad boy up. And we got some normal, you know, packing materials, pluck foam, peanuts, all that stuff. And you got a bunch of blisters and some bubble wrap. So the packaging feels secure. I don't think anything's going to be damaged. You got a bunch of packing materials in here, a bunch of peanuts, which is good for all you commission guys out there. You guys know how valuable having a box with the peanuts that you could close back up and reseal. I'll even reuse this bubble tape if I do a commission for somebody. You know what I'm saying? So all this stuff is valuable. Never throw anything away. But we know that. We know that with the GasLands hobby. We like to reuse everything. So there we go. Got the bubble wrap right there. I'm going to take off this bubble wrap, and then I'm going to get back to you when the bubble wrap is off this thing. All right, so I popped open the bubble wrap, and this is what we got. Everything comes in these pretty cool blisters. Now, it's nice to see things in blisters. So we got the freebie for making an order. If you ordered like 3 items, you got the like the Mad Max style character, the dog, and the female character with like the robotic arm. I'm gonna take these out of the blisters so we get a better look at them. What I did order in my order was, I got the really nice, I got the tires, the dirt tires. I got the engines, the blister of the engines. I got the gang members all riding and I'm shooting out the side window, and the one guy is standing up as if he's shooting a turret. We got the gang members. One dude got a little shotgun, one dude shooting on a turret. You have a driver in there, and you got a couple of standing gang members. I thought that's pretty cool, so I ordered those. Because basically, I've been holding off on my war rig because I want to do a war rig, but I wanted to add some life to the model. So I wanted to add a bunch of guys on the back of it doing stuff. So I've been holding off on the war rig till I got this order. So I'm super pumped this is in, because now I could start working on the war rig, baby. I came and I told my wife, I'm like, listen, things are about to get out of control. She's like, what do you mean things get out of control? I'm like, this weekend I'm making a war rig. She looked at me because she had no idea what I was talking about. I'm like, listen, this weekend, do me a favor. Take the kids, take them to Sesame Place or Great Adventure or something. Just get out of my way. I got a war rig to build, and I just can't have you on my back. All right, just take the kids, get out of the house. While you're shopping, though, please pick me up a 6-pack of beer and just take the kids out. Because I need you off my back. I got to make a war rig. Okay? She looked at me like I had 6 heads, and she walked away. Basically ignored everything I said. So anyway, so I got these guys. And then I got the female gang, which looked totally awesome as well, so I had to get those too. Now, what was really dope, because the order got held up a little bit, they were like, my bad, let me hook you up with a couple little bonus items. So they gave me the more racing tire type wheels as a little bonus throw-in for, you know, the order being delayed a tad bit. And it wasn't even delayed that much. So I thought it was really cool of them to toss something in there as a bonus. I wasn't expecting it, and it was pretty rad that they actually did do that. So that was really cool of them. And they sent me a couple of bikes. Now, the weird thing was, I was going to get the bikes with the order. But I was like, you know what? Let me order a first one first. I want to check everything out. Then if I really like the stuff, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna get the bikes. So it's really cool that they did send me out the bikes so I could take a good look at them. We could take a good look at them. I'm gonna be opening these bad boys right now. I'm gonna go look at these things, and I get to check them out now. So that's really cool. So I got the racing tires and the bikes as a bonus. I thought that was really dope. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna open these things up, and I'm going to get back to you, and we're going to get a better look at these models up close. All right, so first up on the plate, we have this 3-pack of engines. Well, it's not 3-pack, it's a 6-pack. So, but it's 2 sprues of 3 different engines. So you get 6 engines in total. And I'm pretty surprised at how clean everything is. I was looking at this stuff, and if you get a good look at it, there's really not that much flash on these pieces. Like, you know, down towards the bottom, you're going to have some work to do. And just the way they're attached to the sprues, you're going to have a little bit of work to do. And there's really nothing you could do about that. I know a lot of people don't like when the tires and stuff are attached to the sprue. But when you start to mass produce these tires, you got to come up with a way to get them on a sprue. And they got to be touching the thing somewhere. So, you know, it's going to happen. You know, hopefully you want to put it in a spot where it really doesn't mar up what you're going to show. But if it's on the tires, you know, you turn the tire and you glue it to your car in a way where it's either on the bottom and you're not going to see it, or covered by something. I don't think it's a huge deal. On these though, there's like no flash. And I really wanted these motors because they look super cool. And I'm pumped with them. You got this one with the skull on it. You got all the belts and stuff. And, you know, compared to like the engines that they give you with like the Hot Wheels stuff or whatever, this just looks really cool. You got a lot of good piping on the side. And like I said, even with all this piping and stuff, there's not too much flash. So I'm totally stoked about doing these. I think these are looking pretty great so far. Let's pick up the other one, see if the quality is just as good. And it is, like, quality is really good. Like, I'm getting up really close, guys. And this stuff is looking fantastic. Give it a couple of twirls. Get a good look at it. So far, I'm digging what I'm seeing. So, I'm going to pause it again. I'm going to break open another blister, and we'll check that out. All right, so I popped open the tires, guys. Got them open. Let's take a look at them. So I got the dirt tires, or the bigger tires, and they're looking pretty good. I like the treads. The treads are looking all right. You can't see the treads that great on the camera. Let me try and focus in on these things. See, there you go. So you got the treads. So you got the tread marks. You got the hubcaps are pretty nice. And you got, it's way better detail than you would on a normal Matchbox car tire. These tires are looking pretty good. Are they the best tires? I don't know. I'm going to order a couple of other tires. I want to see if I could mix and match some of the companies. Maybe come back at you guys with like a comparison video of some of the tire options we have out there for GasLands. But so far, these are looking pretty great. I'm going to dig them. I can't wait to get these on a couple of my cars. I have some cars in mind that I want to throw these on. You got the sprue. There's the back side of them. Get a good look at the back. Little place where you could glue them, little hole. So if you want to put a little nub of something out, you could see you have something to glue it to, place to glue it to. And I'm digging the hubcaps. I'm digging like these right here, the middle ones. I'm digging those. Those like old school. Let's go on. Then we got the racing tires that they gave me as a bonus. Now, these are pretty nice, but they have, tire treads that look pretty good. The treading is better than like the flat treading of like a Hot Wheels car with that annoying bar that goes through the center of most Hot Wheel tires. And I know that's for the track, so it's just something they need to put on their cars because they want it to fit on their tracks. Now, the reason why I ordered the dirt tires over these tires, because I do feel like they look similar to what already comes on most Matchbox car wheels. So I didn't feel that was a big enough change for me to want to get the race tires, but that's why I went and got the dirt tires. Even the hubcaps look a little bit the same, especially these. We all seen these on a lot of the cars. So, let me see, like right here on this one, yeah, see, look over here. Kind of almost got that same exact hubcap. So I kind of didn't want to order, hubcap designs or tires that are pretty much on the cars already. That's why I went with the dirt tires instead. So I'm pretty happy with these as well. And at the end of the video, I'll give an overall, opinion on what I think this stuff is. But so far, it's looking really good. So I'm going to open up another blister and get back with you guys. Now, sorry, listen. Get off my case. I know you guys are probably sitting there and you're like, this guy, he's pausing the video. He's going right to another blister, and there's no transitions. There's no fancy like swirl coming up and bringing us to the next. I'm new, guys. I'm new to the YouTube game. I've been on a bunch of podcasts. I've been on other people's YouTube stuff, but I've never took the reins and directed my own YouTube. So I'm going to be going through growing pains. I hope you guys don't mind. Take the trip with me. It's going to get better, I promise. I have a friend coming over next week. We're going to talk about how to do all the fancy, editing stuff. But as of right now, I'm just going to pause it and go to the next thing, guys. All right, let me get to the next blister. All right, I'm back, and we got some gang members out of their blisters. They're like, Fo, what are you doing? We're supposed to be in blisters right now. I feel really cold and naked outside these blisters. Put some paint on me and put me on a vehicle. And that's what I'm going to do over the next course of a few days and this weekend. I'm so pumped. Anyway, my goal was I wanted to find human, figures to scale to go along with the Matchbox cars. And I wasn't overly pumped of what was out there. You had to buy a lot of the World War II kits and, model kits that had humans and even the model train store stuff. The amount of detail that I would have liked, it just wasn't there. And, some people paint them up and make them look really great. And I know this scale is hard to work with, but, I just wanted something a little bit more high quality. Now, I'm used to doing 40K stuff and, you know, Games Workshop, and, you know, Weird Miniatures and stuff. And, you know, you can't beat their quality. And it's really hard to do something that quality in this scale. And I know that. But I just wasn't overly impressed with a lot of the stuff we had out there at the moment. And when I seen these, I really was digging the detail that this guy was getting. So I had to run out and order some of these guys. And what we have here is we have, this is the members that are like seated. Let me get a good zoom in there. Let the camera focus in. Bing, bam, boom. Now, these are the seated models, or the ones poking out the window. And this has a little bit more flash than the engines and the tires. I mean, I wasn't expecting to see no flash. I was actually surprised at the amount of flash that was not appearing on the engine and the tires. So, see a little bit of flash. I'm not overly concerned. But you do have a little bit more flash to work with. The pieces are going to be a little bit more fiddly. Remember, when you work in the scale, you're going to have a lot of small, fiddly bits. So when you have that X-Acto knife, don't go in there with big butcher meat hands and go in there with meat hands just grabbing at everything and going to cut it. I need my models on my... No. You got to finesse this, guys. You got to come in here and you got to treat this like a fine woman. You got to go in there and you got to finesse it. Because these bits are small, they are fiddly, and I could see them breaking. As a matter of fact, we had a little bit of a mishap in one of the packages here. So let me get that package right now. So in this package, I guess in transferring, one of the models broke off their feet in the blister. It was one of the female chicks. It was a clean break. I'm going to be able to glue that back on, so it's not that big of a deal, but we did have a little break. I'm not a huge fan of these bases. Now, GasLands doesn't really have rules for people on foot being out of the vehicles, so I'm going to be cutting those bases off. I mean, it's cool that they're there, but I'm going to be cutting those bad boys off and gluing them to, you know, the platform, whatever I put them on. They're going to be right glued onto it. So the feet came off. I'm going to have to glue those back on. Hopefully they stay well. I'm going to maybe try and pin them. I don't think it's going to work, but we're going to try. Now, I really can't get a really zoom, because this detail is so tiny that it really makes trying to get a good, clear video of this, an up-close video, pretty hard. So there we go. Now, I'm digging the detail on these. You got on this model, you got all the belt straps. It's looking cool. It's like right when I get in, because it's like, there we go. We click on the light, get a little bit more light in here. Might be too much light, but it might be enough. So you got like detail. I wish I could show you better detail on this, guys, but it's looking pretty good to me. I think you guys get a good look. It looks pretty much like what's pictured on the website. A little bit more flash, you know, a little bit of flash here and there, but it's looking pretty good. Can't wait to get these hot ladies on my vehicles. Especially I got my one gang that's all female drivers, so it's gonna be cool to have them on there. This was the one that broke off her thing. She's my gunner, so she's gonna be staying in one place anyway. But the detail is good. You got the nice curves. Even like the stomach has like a little bit of muscle tone to it. Really good job with these. That's why I was really excited on getting these, because I wanted models in this scale with some nice detail, and I'm glad I got it. And then the last part of the gang members is these dudes. So you got the guys with like the football shoulder pads. One guy's throwing a Molotov cocktail. They got the gas masks on, some of them. You got another driver. Got this dude with a mohawk and a poncho, which is pretty cool looking. I've seen him around painted already. It's gonna be really good getting these guys out there getting them painted, but the details pretty good. So I'm gonna pause this bad boy one more time, and we're gonna get back at you with the final blisters. I'm back, and we got some bikes. So get out of my way. I'm coming down the track. These guys are gonna be hitting you with Molotov cocktails as they ride by you. So we got, first, before we get to the bikes, that's like the grand finale. Because everyone's always looking for bikes. What can we use for bikes? I jump on GasLands. Does this Stormtrooper on a speeder look cool as a bike? Does these Sons of Anarchy bikes look cool? Does these bikes from that old GW game, does this look cool? Does this look like the right scale? Does this World War II bike that I converted to look awesome, does this look cool? And you know what the answer is to all those questions? Yes, it looks cool. Okay, because you're putting work into it, you're converting them up, and they're looking good. So yes, it does look cool. But everybody's always looking for those bikes. But before we get to the bikes, let's talk about the little throw-in miniatures you got for ordering 2 or 3 packs at one time. So they got the dude, he's kind of supposed to be reminiscent of the Mad Max dude I'm thinking, and you got the chick with like the robotic arm and stuff, and they're looking pretty good. They're gonna go right on my war rig. I love the dog. I have a German Shepherd, so guess what? I'm painting that dog up like a German Shepherd. It's gonna be great. So I love the dog. I think the detail is just as good as the other models. You put this, it seems to get better when I put them down and then just come over them, because you got that solid background. And I'm loving the detail on them, just like the other miniatures. They're pretty sweet. Can't wait to paint up that dog. I'm so excited about that dog, you don't even know. So we're gonna move this back over here, and we're gonna pull up the bikes. So here's a bike next to some cars. I feel like they're a little small to me. Dirt bikes, I ride some dirt bikes. I feel like dirt bikes are a little bigger. I feel like, even though they're smaller than a car, we all know that. I feel like these are they just feel a little small. Like they only cover like the very front of this El Camino. I feel like bikes, they're a little longer, but they look great. They're fantastic. And you got to remember, like when I take them off that sprue, they're going to look even lower and smaller. So they feel a little small to me. I wish there was just a little tad bit bigger. I think they're going to look great. I think they're going to look fantastic. Maybe I'm just used to seeing the bikes I've been using that I converted out of the Batmobile bikes, and they're large. They're too big. So seeing these, my eyes just might be saying they look a little small, but they might not. I don't know. You guys be the judge. I'm putting it right next to a car. You tell me. But I think the detail is fantastic. And I can't wait to paint these up as well. These are going to be my new bikes. So just to give you a comparison, what I was using for bikes. So I was using this Batmobile bike that I converted with a closed top, and that's what I was using. So it's pretty big. It's basically almost like half a car, and the guy fits inside. So my eyes just used to seeing that. And then I did another conversion, which I'm grabbing from back here, where I did this Stormtrooper on this bike, and it's huge. So these feel small compared to this, but this is too big. That's why I wasn't really using it. I've seen people, they didn't put wheels on it. Maybe me putting the wheels on it just made the profile too big. I still think it looks cool, and I would have no problem feeling this, and it would look awesome. But then I went back to these, and that's why I felt like they looked a little small, because I was just used to seeing larger things that I use. So it is what it is. I think they look fantastic. And once you have the riders on, they're going to look a little bit better once I attach the riders. I'm super psyched about painting them. Now the detail in here, you got the engine looks really good. The engine detail looks great. The tire treads are looking pretty good. Overall, looks fantastic. I think it's looking really good. Let me get the riders. Oh, you had this little sprue. This is like a little sprue to customize the bikes. They got like an armor plate in the front. They got some saddlebags. They got some gas cans. So those are all welcome. Even if I don't use these all on the bikes, you know they're getting used somewhere. A car's getting a gas can for sure. And then you got the riders. The other halves. You got one guy who has like the football gear, shoulder pads, or like the helmet that he puts some spikes on it. Then you have the other dude who has like more of like the sand. He has the goggles and the scarf and stuff. So two different looks. I'm digging both of them, and I can't wait to paint these bad boys. So I'm gonna wrap this video up, and I'm gonna give you guys my overall thoughts when I come back. All right, overall, I'm gonna give you guys an overall grade on how I think this turned out. First of all, I'm super happy with everything that I opened up today. Everything's looking fantastic. I can't wait to paint this stuff. I can't wait to throw it on my vehicles and get this stuff rocking and rolling. So there'll be plenty more videos when I get these things going as well. Now, I know a lot of people like to do number grades, scale of 1 to 10 or 1 to 5. I'm going to give this a letter grade because I feel like that is a little bit more, how can I say it? It kind of sums up my thoughts a little better. And I'm going to give this, you know, because if you give something a 9 or a 10, you're expecting like crazy great. I feel like letter grades, it gets the point across a little better. So you guys tell me, you guys want letter grades or numbers? Or you guys just don't care, just give me videos. So what we got here is, I'm going to give them a solid A. I'm not going to give them an A+. They're pretty close to an A+, but they get a solid A. And that's fantastic. I'm super happy with it. Everything looks so good. The detail, like, these camera isn't even really giving it the justice it deserves. Like, the detail on these models are just fantastic. Like, look at these bad boys. Pause the video, zoom in, take a screenshot and zoom in. Whatever you got to do to get like a really good look. The stuff looks fantastic. Like, it's hard to find this quality of detail in this scale of miniature, especially in the genre that we like. Just the stuff is looking really great. Now, the reason why it was an A, not an A+, was because there was a broken mini in one of the blisters that I'm going to have to do a little bit of work to, you know, get back rocking and rolling again. But other than that, everything is just fantastic. The customer service was really great when I wanted some like information about my order, tracking number and whatnot. They got back to me right away. They kept me in the loop the whole entire time. And that is one of the main things that a company needs to do. When you're ordering bits off somebody, if you're ordering models, it's okay to send them an email and say, yo man, where's the tracking number? Or, hey miss, when is my package coming? You know, it's okay to have a communication back and forth. I know a lot of people might feel like, oh, you don't want to bug them, but it's fine. You know, if you really want to find out something about your package, send them an email or give them a phone call and, you know, ask. Nothing wrong with that. And Madcars or Green Miniatures, they did a fantastic job. I emailed them, they got back in touch with me, they kept me in the loop, and I was very pumped about that. That to me is very important. Like when I order stuff, I hate when companies don't get back to me, especially when I'm ordering overseas. When models are coming overseas, there's more of that whole, you know, what are you going to do? If like something, are you really going to take the steps to like go, you know, you're not. You know, you're just going to be crapped out for the most part. That's why when the things come overseas, there's that little bit of more nervousness to it. And these guys took all that away. They got back in touch with me quickly and in a timely manner, and everything went super smooth. And that is fantastic. That's one of the most important things about ordering products, especially from people that are sending them from overseas. They were fantastic about that. And awesome. And the stuff came when he told me that he was shipping them, from the time that he shipped them to these reaching my door was super quick. So super happy. I gave him an A+. In that department, he's getting an A+. A+ for the shipping, for the communication part, that's an A+ for sure. Everything else here, it's all an A. I mean, I want to give this guy, no, I'm going to give it an A+. Okay, I'm going to glue the model back on the feet, and I'm still giving this an A+, because that's how happy I am with the detail of the product. Everything looks fantastic. Now, I want to, order from some other companies. I want to, have a comparison, and it's going to be hard. This is going to be a hard dog to beat, man. The stuff is looking super good, super detailed, and the price was good. Can it be a tad bit cheaper? I think so, but I didn't get killed on shipping. So the price compared to the shipping and all that stuff, I was happy with it. Totally happy. So it was worth the money, it was worth the dough, and extremely elated with what I got in front of me. And I can't wait to get working on these models. The war rig's coming this weekend. I just looked over my shoulder to see if my wife was like watching me, because you never know. She has plans. They always have plans. There's always plans. There's always a party. There's always a christening. There's always a birthday. There's always something you got to buy at Target. There's always something for the house. There's always like throw pillows or blankets or comforters you got to buy. And I'm like, here's the money. Just go buy it. You can't get mad. They want your company. You can't get mad when somebody has a good time just being around you. So you can't get mad at it. Would I rather be home building a war rig than picking out like curtains for our bedroom for the 10th time? Like, how many times we gonna pick out curtains? I like the curtains we have. Like, why do we need new ones? Why do you gotta change the curtains if you're changing the bedspread? I don't get it. Like, get off my case. I want to build a war rig. I did some cars. I got to work on a whole track. Like, don't you know? Like, get off my case. I got to build a track here. Anyway, like I said, been having a blast with GasLands, and if you guys came for the 40K, stay for the GasLands, because GasLands is fantastic. Anyway, this video is my longest video that I've done so far. Not that I've done a million videos, but it's a half hour long. But I think a lot of people are going to want to see the content, because I myself love unboxing videos, especially if it's something I was thinking about buying. So if you were thinking about buying some of these models from Green Miniatures, what are you waiting for? These things look fantastic. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Have a great night, and good gaming.